morning. This morning I'd like to go over substitution again. Sometimes it's clearly easier to use substitution versus graphing or elimination. So in this example here we have 3x minus y equals 5, and in the second equation, we're solving this system of equations, we have y equals 4x plus 2. Well, since they clearly state what the value of y is, 4x plus 2, we can just take this 4x plus 2 and substitute it into the first equation for y, because this y is equal to 4x plus 2. So why don't we just put it in there? So I would put the entire 4x plus 2. Now be careful, because there's a negative sign there, or a minus sign. So it's going to be minus the entire y, which is in this case 4x plus 2. So that's equal to 5. So I took the first equation, and I took the value of y from the second equation, and I put that value back into the first equation. Now I have to distribute. That's why I said be careful, because this is minus the entire value of 4x plus 2. So now I have 3x minus 4x minus 2 minus equals 5. Now just combine like terms. 3x minus 4x is a negative 1x, or just minus x. Minus 2 equals 5. Add 2, and we get negative x is equal to 7. Then multiply by negative 1 on each side, and we get x equals negative 7. Okay, then we take that value of negative 7. We can put it back into either equation and find the value of y. In this case, why not just put it into the second equation? So I'm going to put the value of negative 7 into the second equation. I get y is equal to 4 times negative 7 plus 2. So y is equal to 4 times negative 7 is negative 28 plus 2. And I get y is equal to negative 26. So my ordered pair solution is negative 7, negative 26. Okay, so what I'd like to do is have you try one next. And let's see, what do we got here? Why don't you try solving the system of equations 4x plus 2y equals 7 and y equals 5x. So why don't you try that? Okay, let's solve this together now. I hope you gave it a good shot. Hope you got the right answer. So we're going to take the value of y, which is 5x, and put it back into the first equation. So that would give us 4x plus 2 times the 5x equals 7. Put this value of y in for this y. That gives me 4x plus 10x equals 7. So 14x equals 7. Dividing by 14 on each side, we get x equals 1/2. Then I can take that value of 1/2, put it back into either equation, but it would be easiest to use the y equals 5x. So substituting the half in for the x in the y equals 5x of the equation number 2, I get y is equal to 5 times 1/2, which is 5 halves, or 2.5 if you want to write it as a mixed number. So my solution is 1/2, 5 halves, ordered pair. Thank you.